Greetings, viewers. This is A Vision Media broadcast once again. We have another special guest on the show. This man is Wordsworth. Grew up in Brooklyn, New York. He started rapping in fifth grade. He
Yeah,
graduated from the State of University of New York at Old Westbury and University of Miami. You know what I mean? So, so,
yeah,
so
yeah,
listen, man. When I first reached out to you, I didn't know because I figured you're going to be busy because I read everything you was doing. You got the books out, you got the music. The album just dropped in 20 last year. Just recently, it wasn't that long ago.
yeah.
Uh, Fragility, which I love, man. Just tell me how all of this happened for you. How did you start? I know it said you was rapping in the fifth grade. Can you take me back to that, man? Like, was you actually writing rhymes in the fifth grade?
Yeah, I actually started writing rhymes around sixth grade.
Oh wow, okay.
Because my sister Kim, she used to be into hip hop rapping, and she's like 4 years older than me. So
Okay.
at that time, there were other kids around my way, Scooby and
Uh-huh.
Tino. And Tino actually came in this group called Four as a Crew later on, years down the
Okay.
line. But they would rap. So they were in sixth grade. I was in fifth grade. So we would battle in the schoolyard and on the way
Yeah.
home. We were
Okay.
battling. We were battling then. It's crazy, but yes, we really was battling. Like
Okay.
freestyling, you
Uh-huh.
freestyle and go from there. It sounds wild now, but I teach middle school, so I can see at that age and stage, you actually could have the intelligence to be doing it as a sixth grader.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so we were just battling and stuff there, and then yeah, and then I just kind of stuck with it going in from there. So my first thing I ever wrote, first song I ever wrote was called "Having a Ball." It's like
Having a ball?
I'm just having a ball, having the you
Yeah,
know what I'm
having a
saying?
ball.
And then later on, my next rhyme, I think got to middle school. It was called "The Principal."
You wrote
I,
about the
I,
principal?
no, well, I named myself the principal.
Oh, the principal. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was my new rap name because I was the principal of the new school.
Okay. Okay.
It was all these pet rap talking about,
Yeah.
yo, new school, new school. I was like, all right, well, if we got a new school, I'm the principal of the new
The
school. That's how
school.
dope I
Yeah.
am.
You
You
know
know
what
what
I
I'm
mean?
saying? So yeah, so that's how it was. But yeah, I started since then.
Wow, that's dope, man. And how did you come up with the name Wordsworth? Like, was it something that you created on your own, or people start calling you that? How did that happen?
That's from the cartoon Heathcliff.
Oh, okay, okay.
Remember the cat,
Wow.
the cat, the cat Heath, cat Wordsworth.
Yeah.
He always had headphones on and he would rhyme.
Hmm.
So
Wow,
when
wow,
I
wow,
when I
wow.
when I got to college, and not even
Hmm.
college, like high school,
Hmm.
around high school, I always had the newest headphones, and I would rhyme.
Wow,
So I
wow.
just felt it was fitting for me to be called that. So I ran with that name Wordsworth since high
Wordsworth.
school,
Wow.
and always had the latest headphones on and stuff like that. So that's kind of like if you got the fragility of life the
Yeah.
album in there, I got pictures of me with headphones back then. I was wearing $100 Sony headphones with one wire. We talking about high school for me.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
had
yeah,
I had
yeah.
some expensive headphones, man, back then. So that was just
Wow.
kind of how it
Mhm.
became Wordsworth. It just
Yeah.
matched and identified with me.
Wow, I find interested is that when I look at your album cover, it's like you took it back to high school days. It's like you was in a room or you was in a living room, just
Yeah.
just just standing there, and you could tell there's an old flick. What made you go back to that and put that picture in your as your album cover? What made you do that?
Bec- because what I'm rapping about on the album, with
Hmm.
everybody getting older and seeing family
Yeah,
members pass and getting sick,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I'm at that age and stage watching my elders start to dwindle down a little bit.
Mhm.
It made me realize how life was so fragile, and as that young man that's on the cover, I didn't realize how life was so
So
fragile.
fragile. Yeah.
There was a lot of innocence and ignorance right there in that cover,
Hmm.
and just looking
Wow.
fly. I got the jewel, I was doing it, but at the same time, I'm doing it not knowing what's ahead of me doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that I felt represented the the ignorance of the future,
Hmm.
the pleasure in the present at that time,
Hmm.
and then um being able to reflect on where I came from and understand how life is so fragile. So that, I thought that represented it all for me.
Wow, and I found that was dope. What you did too. You kind of took it back to the beginning, and you let people know how everything started. You know what I mean? From that flick, and also Punchline. Now, Punchline was your partner, right?
Yeah, yeah. Me and Punchline, we were partners since my high school days.
Okay, so y'all also feature on a Tribe Called Quest album, right?
Yeah, that year we dropped on two of the biggest albums that came out the same day.
BlackStar, yeah, Tribe Called Quest, yeah, yeah.
We was on both of the major joints. Um, so yeah, we was on the Tropical Quest album came about because we did a Lyricist Lounge event one night.
Oh no, I wanted to get into that. I do, but
Oh,
go ahead,
okay.
but go ahead,
But
but go ahead,
well,
go ahead.
but that's
Uh,
how the Tropical Quest thing came about.
okay,
We
okay,
we, we
okay.
was at a lyric. Me and Punch did a showcase at
At the
the
Lyrical
Lyricist Lounge
Lounge.
event.
Hmm.
The host didn't show up. Q-Tip wound up having to be the host.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
So he stepped on stage. Me and Punch, we rock.
Hmm.
And then maybe like a day or two later, he's searching for Punching Words. Like, yo, who is those two dudes? I want to sign them to my label. And that's how
Just like
we
that.
got on that. Yeah, that Lyricist Lounge showcase, man. Me and Punch, we killed that. We
Now,
killed it, man.
now, were you the co-owner of that, the co-host or the co-owner of Lyricist Lounge?
No, I have nothing to do with ownership of Lyricist Lounge.
Okay.
I never was signed to Ruckus Records. People think that too.
Yeah, I thought
Those are
that.
yeah,
Okay.
nah, my affiliations just go from the fact that I rhyme on a lot of things that deal with
Yeah.
artists
Yeah.
from that
Yeah.
era.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people think I am kind of like the logo for Lyricist Lounge in some regards because of the TV show and
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
you know, my presence on the
Your presence
show.
and how you was killing it.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of people really think it's me,
Hmm.
so
Wow. And the Lyricist Lounge show, I used to watch that, man. It was it
yeah.
was it was dope. It was.
Thank you.
Now, the phone call, you're welcome. The phone call you got from Q-Tip, well, you said you got hired. Well, right on the spot, you got signed with Q-Tip for the
Well, yeah,
Lyricist Lounge.
we didn't sign with Tip, but we got recruited because
Recruited. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
days later they called the Lyricist Lounge owners, which is Danny Castro and Anthony Marshall,
Okay.
and he said, "Yo, those dudes is dope. I'm starting a label, and I would like to put them on that label." And that's when he had a deal at DreamWorks at the time. So he had us, he had Jane Doe. That's why
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
on that song was actually going to be on Q-Tip's label and get produced by Q-Tip.
Wow, man. That's dope, man. You
That'd have
know,
been crazy.
yeah, it's been crazy. Now, sound bombing. Didn't you have a song on sound bombing?
No, I didn't have anything on Soundbombing at the time. I only had
Okay.
songs on the Lyricist Lounge albums.
Okay, okay. Well, that was dope, that show. And I'm gonna make sure I show the viewers clips of that also. You know what I mean? They're gonna check it
Yeah,
out. And before we get into the album is dope,
thank you.
Fragility. How long were you rapping? You know, when you got on.
I've been rapping since the fifth grade, and then when I got on,
Like
it took
actually, yeah,
me.
actually got on, yeah.
Yeah, I got on. I would say 90, the mid 90s,
Mid '90s.
that mid 90s, man.
That was
I
the
got
best.
on.
That was the best
Yeah, I got
era there.
on. Shout to Matt Fingers.
Hmm.
Just was hanging with him the other day. Matt Fingers was a very integral part of 90s rappers at that time. If you ever get a chance to holler at him, Matt Fingers, he's on Instagram. He
Oh,
was the one that was funding a lot of singles that would come out.
Mad Fingers.
Yeah, Matt
Who?
Fingers.
Oh, Matt Fingers. Okay.
Yeah, he would pay for a lot of those records that people have now. He
Hmm.
would basically have the studio book and he would say, "Yo, I got a session tonight." You come to the studio, next thing you know, you on a song with some other rapper you don't know.
Wow, just
He
like
got
that.
the beats playing, send you the beat, and now you in there, I got a song together. Then you got a song together with this person. And those are those 90 records, collaborations. He was putting out a lot of those records back then. So
Yeah.
it started with a lot of rhyming on those records at first too, and then eventually getting, deals, trying to get a
Deal.
deal and stuff.
Now, in the mid '90s, when you said you dropped, when you came out, was there any rappers that you collaborated with back then, like as far as Nas or Mo, just back then?
No, at that time, Well, yeah, we did collaborate with 50 Cent. There's some songs online
Oh,
with
okay.
me punching 50 Cent. You can find online.
Okay.
Um, that's because he was with Trackmasters at the time, and me and Punch was affiliated with
50.
Trackmasters.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, but a lot of songs and things like that. No, not necessarily. We weren't collaborate with a whole bunch of different artists like that. It's just little
Okay.
freestyles here and there.
Here and there.
Um,
Yeah.
but me and Punch, we like ghost wrote a song for um, Joe Pesci,
Joe Pesci. Okay,
the
okay.
actor Joe Pesci. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can find that.
Well, he was singing or rapping.
He rapping as me and Punch wrote it. Yeah, it's called
Wow.
Wise Guy. It's called Wise Guy. I had a video and everything.
Matter of fact, did I
So,
see that? I think I did. How he reached out to you? What happened? How did that happen?
well, Trackmasters at the time were dealing with Columbia, help
Okay.
doing the Nas albums and other stuff,
Yeah,
Mariah
yeah,
Carey and so
yeah.
on. And then Joe Pesci knew Tommy Mottola, and he just was like,
Mhm.
"Yo, I got the best guys that's making beats right now." So they was like, "Yo, we need somebody to help Joe Pesci to write this song."
Joe
So me and
Pesci.
Punch, yeah, we wrote it with him 2 days
Mhm.
in a row. Hung out with Joe Pesci. I
Wow.
wish I had to take a picture back then. It's crazy.
Wow. And I was gonna say, you don't have any footage of that? Like, y'all just walking around.
Nah, now because back then you just kind of lived your life.
Exactly,
We,
exactly. We ain't had no big
you know,
cameras. Yeah.
yeah, I wasn't with the camera every
Mhm.
time. Like, yo, you mind to get a picture with you? It just wasn't even on my mind.
Wow,
So
wow,
now it's more on our mind. I wish I did take a lot more pictures now.
wow. Well, that's dope, man. That's gonna go down in history with you and Joe Pesci. Joe
Yeah, for
and
sure.
yeah. Now, can you tell me about Kells with the Heat? Now, he's the producer of the Fragility album, right?
Yeah, Kels with the Heat is he did Join the Lucas. He did a Join Lucas
He's
joints
nice.
before.
He's nice.
He did
Yeah,
a lot of stuff, man. And one of the main things is like I always like Kels with the Heat beats.
yeah.
And the fact that they sound full, they sound real
Hmm.
full,
Hmm.
like everything's going on. And then doing this album, a majority of it has no samples. That was the key to doing this album for me.
Oh, no
I didn't,
samples at all.
yeah, I didn't want to do an album with no samples because I also uh, deal with stuff in another world of
Yeah.
licensing music for TV.
Hmm.
So I put music in another world. So I just wanted to try to do an album that I could actually shop the entire album.
Wow.
So
Okay.
a majority of the album is no sample. So I felt once he started having those beats, I was like, oh, this is fire. Because
It's
now I got I
yeah.
could double duty with it, right? I could
Hmm.
drop it, it's fire, but also now I could pitch it for some placements. So
That's
I
right.
felt like that's kind of where I'm going in life with it, right? Like if I'm putting music out, I want to be able to kind of make sure it's cleared for this and it can do this and do these other things.
Right.
But he's dope, man. He's from the UK. Kelswood, he is
Yeah, I saw
incredible,
that.
man. He's incredible.
Wow. The Fragility of Life is the new album that's out now. Is it streaming everywhere?
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Wow. Now, let me ask you about the album. Like, once you drop a new album, like, who are you signed under now? You signed any labels or you independent?
No, I do it myself independently. There was an album prior to
Okay.
that I dropped called Undivided Attention. That was
Okay.
actually through Mona Hip Hop. That was an EP I did with DJ JF. So if
Okay.
you check that album out, that album's dope too. I was playing that. One of my favorite songs I've ever written is on that album called Remember.
Remember?
Uh,
Okay.
yeah. So you get a chance to check that out. But yeah, I drop everything independently. I've been dropping everything independently since man, since I started putting out On Your Feet with Beat Miners, and we talking
Wow.
about like,
Wow. Wow. Wow.
yeah,
A
the
minute
only
ago.
minute ago, the only album that I don't like own the master to would be Mirror Music. Every other album I own the
Oh.
master to,
Oh. Well.
but I
Okay.
own,
Okay.
yeah, but I own all the publishing for anything I've ever done.
Wow. Now, it's just now that's just another one that's great too to know. How do you own your own publishing after? Was it after the first album, or was you just doing your homework before you got into the game? Like,
Yeah, let me tell you what I saw, man. Let me tell you what made me not never give up publishing.
okay.
I read the source about
Hmm.
Ice Cube running up in priority
That's
for
right.
publishing.
With the bat, right?
I read that.
Yeah.
I read about Snoop, and on the back of this Doggy Style album that says Suge Knight published.
Wow.
I kept reading and seeing and hearing stories and nightmares. And it always seemed like the violence of artists was coming back for this publishing.
Publishing.
So I just felt like it's that important that people willing to go up and risk their life for it.
Yeah.
That I'm not giving it up for nothing.
Wow.
I don't care what it was. I got offered. I had a meeting with Avatar Records one time. They put out the Oz soundtrack, and I got offered a lot of money for my publishing. Man, my boy.
They tried to buy it from you.
My boy DJ Club Killer was there. He could vouch for this, man. We had a meeting. He was sitting next to me, man. They tried to hit me with some. They hit me with some nice numbers.
Wow.
But my knowledge already knowing that if they hit me with this number 4, it's worth more.
Wow. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the thing about publishing, for people that don't know, to give you an example why I wouldn't sell publishing that time, is because let's say me and you did a deal right now, and you gave me, let's say, $200,000 for my publishing, right?
Yeah.
And then every album I do with you, I get back some publishing. So let's say you give me back 25%. So now you own 75%. Next album, another 25, you own 50. Most people don't even make it to the second album.
Yeah, most people they don't. They really don't.
Most people don't make it to the second album.
Yeah.
Or the second album come out like 4 years later when nobody cares.
Right. Yeah, like a gap, and then boom, then the album.
Right? So now the publishing really ain't worth as much as it was because they shelved you because the person knows that the first album is where they're going to make most of the money from your publishing anyway.
Wow.
So what I told the person basically at that moment was like, what I don't want to do is sign and give away publishing, because if I give away my publishing now, that means if me and you get into an argument, no matter what song I write, I'm paying you.
That's right. Like Eazy-E, no, who did that? Like Dre was doing songs, but Eazy got paid. Like
it don't matter. Yeah, it don't matter. Whatever you do, if that's your deal, that's the deal you got.
So you
just can't. The thing about it is getting that argument, and that argument is almost inevitable. It's almost like it's going to happen. How many artists you know are happy with their label?
A lot of them. Well, a bunch of them is not happy with their label.
That's what I'm saying, right?
They're miserable and they're unhappy.
It's always some discrepancy coming up, and then that publishing argument come up heavy. You always see it. It's to this day the same argument going on. I think Meg Thee Stallion got a situation like that now.
Wow.
Right. So it's just something about me watching it happen at a young age that I just felt like I don't want to be one of those situations.
That's right. That happened to the other people. Is there a lot of paperwork when it comes to owning your own publisher? Do you have to put in a lot of paperwork?
No, it's just in the deal. This is what they want.
Oh, you just asked for that. Oh, this is what I want.
It's in their deal.
Okay.
Yeah. We want this amount of your publishing, this and this and that for this record or whatever. All you gotta do is say nah. That's it.
So when you say no, sometimes they can turn you down from the deal. Like, all right, well, we don't want to deal.
Yeah, they can turn me down. But I feel so confident in myself that
exactly.
That if you turn me down, I'm fine with that. I feel like, if you value me enough, you'll let me have that. You get what I'm saying? You let me have that. Or say I'm gonna give you 95% of it. Let me get 5. Maybe that, because I can still get my thing. I understand you get a piece of that because you put me on.
That's right.
But but overall, it doesn't make sense if it doesn't benefit you. If it's not negotiating your benefit, I say don't do it.
Don't do it. Okay.
Unless you got like these deals now, dudes is doing like Dre about to sell for 200 million. Future sold 60 million. I think Drake about to do maybe a couple hundred million.
A couple hundred million, yeah.
But when you look at those guys' level, right? It's for that catalog.
Okay. It's for that catalog because the level was so big, right?
The level's so big, I can give you that catalog. I'm about to start a new catalog.
That's right.
So I could do another 5 or 6 albums. I'm hot enough that I know I'm about to do another 5 or 6 albums. So I'll be okay publishing again. So it's a lot of stuff.
Wow, it is, man. Is it
right?
best? Is it best to hold on to everything, your catalog, your publisher, everything, and don't sell nothing?
It depends on your situation, man. Everybody's situation is different.
Okay.
It's everybody's
Okay.
situation is different. I mean, I seen people say like, "Why do you want your masters and you can't do nothing with it?" Then I seen people say, "Yo, I want my masters because I can control my destiny." But
Okay.
I can probably go both sides of that argument. You get your masters and then you got no way to pitch it,
Wow.
right?
Okay.
But then you got this major label which has your masters.
And they know.
They pitching it everywhere because they get a cut of it because they own the master. So when you get a check for let's say TV, right?
Yeah.
They get the master fee, you get the publishing fee.
So
Oh
they get the
yeah,
master pay, you get the publishing fee. Okay. Okay.
right.
Well, that's a lesson for me. This is lesson 101, class 101 right here, and the fragility of life. Guest appearances. You have Master Ace, Jessica Care. How did you reach out? How did you reach out to Master Ace for a guest appearance? A guest appearance for
Uh,
your album.
Master. Well, I'm in a group with Masta Ace called EMC.
Oh, I didn't know that. AMC. What is
Yeah.
new?
Oh
It's
man.
new.
Nah, man. We've been putting out records since 2008. We got two albums together. Me,
EMC.
Ace. Yeah, me, Ace. Man, listen to the show. Man, the show is one of the best albums. Man, one of the best albums you'll probably hear. And then we did another show called The Tonight Show, another album called The Tonight Show. I got a lot of this stuff on my wall. See, I'm on my phone, so I can kind of show y'all my
Yeah,
wall
yeah,
is
yeah.
like,
Okay, yeah. I see what you're doing back there. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
So I got a
Yeah.
lot of my albums on there. But yeah. So the show is like a huge album, man. You got to check that out, man. It's incredible. And that's not
Wow.
just me talking about it. That's one of those albums that people to this day. It actually got a song on there called "We Are Right." That's in the movie called Hurricane Season. Forrest Whitaker's in.
Oh, okay.
So if
Hurricane
you ever,
season. Yeah,
yeah, if you ever seen that
I
with it,
did.
with a
Hmm.
championship record when they win the game.
Hmm.
Um, so check those albums out. So that's just my brother right there. I've been knowing Ace since 2001, and we've been on. He's the one that helped me go on tour. He brought me on tour with him for 15 years in a row, man.
Oh, wow. So every time, I guess he's going on tour again in about a few
Yeah.
months. Or so you going back out with him again?
Nah, I haven't been on tour in about 8 years since I started teaching.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah, I'm dedicated to doing that. But we talk every day. We got a
okay. Well,
group chat. The brothers got a group chat, so we talk every day. So,
yeah.
asking him to get on something and asking me to get on something, just I just sent you check your inbox.
I just sent you a track. Check it out.
Yeah, that's it.
Now, what are you teaching? You in public school? You teaching something? And what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm in a middle school. I teach TV production, film production, and music production.
Wow. Wow,
Yeah.
that's dope, man. So, does the kids kind of pay attention to what you're doing? Do you have what is the success rate in that class while you're teaching them this?
They pay attention, man. I mean, as far as contest wise, the past 3 years we won over 20 something awards.
Oh, wow, okay,
Um, yeah, they pay attention.
okay.
It's a what is it? I teach like today was an odd day, so
Hmm.
I taught three film classes, one TV production class,
Hmm.
and then yesterday I taught um, four music classes and one TV production class. So it's a lot of kids I'm teaching,
What are the
and
ages?
then
Hmm.
they're age 12 to 14, 15,
Okay,
depending
yeah,
on it. Yeah,
teenagers.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, but they're all in the same class too.
Okay, wow. Okay, okay.
Every grade mixed,
Hmm.
and then it's been pretty successful, man. I would say, and then what I do is I have an advanced class, so I
Hmm.
take all these kids from so I switch every semester. I get new kids.
Hmm.
I take the best of the best, and then next year I got level two of music, a level two of film, and it's
Wow,
only like 15 kids that are like
wow.
the best of the best in there.
That so are you teaching them how to work a camera and work the just like the video, yeah, the video camera or the mics and everything like that?
Yeah, we do really a lot of it is um, I teach them how to write scripts. I teach them
Oh,
how
oh,
to.
that's dope. Yeah.
I teach them from beginning to end. So you got to come up with the concept. So I help them navigate their concept, then I help them write it out, and then help
Okay.
them navigate how to
Navigate.
follow their list. Because the
Okay.
main thing is, you can say you want to do something, right? Kid can say he
Mm-hmm.
wants to do something,
Mm-hmm.
but then if he doesn't or she doesn't have the directions to do it, it won't get done.
It won't get
So
done.
I just basically tell them it's just like baking or cooking. How do y'all cook food? You look at the ingredients, and
Mm-hmm.
do you follow the order? And they go,
That's right.
yeah.
That's
It's the
right.
same thing filming.
That's right.
So once they understand that concept, they kind of tied into writing and coming up with ideas. And man, they got some ill stuff they create, man.
That's
Ill
dope,
stuff.
man. That's these. You got to have the patience, even if with your own children, you have the patience for them. That way, and this is what they need. A lot of our children are semi lost. I want to say because they don't get this type of teaching, and that's great. What you're doing for them, man. It is.
Yeah, you walk in my classroom, you easily identify with it. I got hip hop on the walls.
Wow.
I got country on the walls. I got Latin on the wall.
Oh, it's all mixed up. Is that okay?
I got every style in there. When you walk in there, you're gonna see something that you relate to. So
Wow,
now
that's
you
dope.
walk, you comfortable in there.
That's right. That's right.
Then we got iPads all around. We got
Uh-huh.
everything production. We got a full studio that you can record a whole album in my room.
Wow.
We got a
Wow.
we got a stage so we can do TV
Oh,
shows in my room.
that's
In
decent.
my
Yeah.
room, we got
Hmm.
a set in my room. So everything is in there. It's like a playground for kids that want to do all the stuff that they see.
Hmm.
So um, so I just think it's just a great thing for kids so they can learn and I learn from them too. They teach me things and they savvy with the technology. So even though
Yeah.
you might mess with a program for a minute and you be like, you think and the kid come in and be like, yo, you just cut it like here. And you be like, what?
Yeah.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that was there.
Yeah.
So I
Well,
enjoy watching them teach me too.
that's dope. That's dope, man. And keep it up. Keep up the good work, man, because they
Man,
need it. The kids need it. Let's talk about the top 10 Amazon selling books you have. Um, when how long was how long did it take you to write the books? Let's get into that.
okay, so this one right here, what words are worth,
Words, yeah.
that one actually took me a month to write. Like
Oh, that was short
maybe
time.
you know what? It wasn't really short though,
Okay.
because the pandemic hit. The first time the pandemic hit.
Pandemic
This is
hit.
when
Yeah.
that March,
That 20, the
April,
2020, right? Yeah, yeah. When it first
right?
hit.
So it hit, and I was just like on the vibe of like, I don't want to come out of this pandemic the same person.
Okay.
I want to do a book. Always want to do a book. Now I got time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now there's no excuse.
Yeah.
So every morning I woke up, man. Every morning, just at that computer, man.
Wow.
So
Well,
I did that for like 30 days straight.
because we was on lockdown anyway. So
Where am I going?
yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Where am I going?
Hmm.
So I just that was it. That was it. 30
Wow.
days straight.
30 days.
So that's what got me there with it. It's just it may have been longer, but I knew where to go. So I'm every day
Hmm.
hammering it. And I just get to the breakfast table,
Back
TV
at it.
on
Back at it.
every day. Every day because now I was so determined.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
started something and I don't like to start something I don't finish.
Finish. You're right. Yeah.
Right. So I started
Hmm.
it, put myself in there, I did it, and then that's how that one came about. And then the second book, um, Socks. This one is a kid's book.
Stocks.
I actually had a movie script for it first,
Oh, okay. Okay.
but then I found out it's not easy to get a movie made, right?
Hmm.
So I said I got to go the back ways of doing this.
Hmm.
So Harry Potter was in the script. Harry Potter was a book.
Yeah. It started out as a book, right?
A lot of movies start as books.
That's right. That's right.
So
Yeah.
what we do a lot of time as creative people, I got this movie script. I'm writing a movie script, writing a movie script.
Yeah.
You write the
Hmm.
script, you got nobody to hand it to. Because you got to get
Right.
literary agents. That's the only way you can get this thing to somebody else.
Yeah.
You got to get an
Yeah.
agent. How many of us in the hood or just in general in the world can just wake up and say, I got an agent that's going to take it to me to Miramax? Nobody.
Nobody. Mm-hmm.
But you know what you can do?
What's that?
Put that book out,
Mm-hmm.
and then send the book out and say, yo, check this out, read this. And even if you don't, I'm still selling it. When you got the
Wow.
script, if you don't put it out, it don't come out, you don't make nothing.
Wow.
So the book version of the book is your script. You should make the book.
Yeah, make the book because it is your script, basically. Yeah. Wow.
And you can make money. And it's something tangible. You can hand this off. You can sell it. Yo, order this. I got this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, I passed the book to my man. He say he knows somebody out here. Yo, they think about making it into a movie. Cool. The other way, I got the script. I'm up here like, that literary agents ain't really rock with me. They got this. You know,
Yeah.
it's just, you stuck, man. So I just figured out, don't get stuck.
Can you tell me, just brief, but what is the book about?
The socks one is about where do your socks go. So we created a world because everybody loses a sock and you're like, man, where's that thing at? So we created a world called Soul City. So when
Mm-hmm.
your sock runs away, there's this whole world, elaborate world of where socks live at.
Wow.
And
Wow. Because that does happen. You lose socks. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and you don't know where it goes. So this gives you the answer to where they go. So a kid that's reading it could relate to it. It's about, you know, a sock named Russell trying to get back home for this big soccer game that his owner Brandon is playing in. Is part of that. But the main theme of it is really about like getting home and being owned by
Yeah.
you know, the owner, Brandon, his owner owns him as a sock, just has him um missing home. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a theme about home and also being accepted. We got like, you know, holy sock on there.
Mm-hmm.
You got, you know, Russell, you got Susie sock in there, Flashlight
Oh,
Fred.
so you have names of the socks. That's dope, man.
Oh yeah, they're all characters, man. All
Yeah,
characters in there,
yeah.
man.
That's
And
dope.
it got pictures in there, man. And it's a 100-page book.
Wow.
So it's a real deal book, and it's for ages 8 to 14. So you
Wow.
can get it. I advise people get it and just check it out.
Yeah,
It's a big deal.
it's interesting. Yeah, yeah. It's different too. You never heard anybody come up with something like that. It's different. You
Yeah,
know.
we all say it. That's how I got the idea. I was like, man, where is sock at? And I was like, yo, I'm gonna do this. So
Sometimes you never find your sock again when you lose it. It's
yeah,
gone.
and
Yeah.
this book answers where it's at.
Wow, that's dope, man. And you also have a second book. We just talked about that one. It's called Wordsworth. No, I'm sorry. What is the name of the second book?
Oh, the other book, yeah, What
Yeah,
Words Are Worth. This one here,
yeah.
New Beginning. That's based on my album New Beginning that I put out in 2015.
Okay.
So to kind of give you some insight on it too is when
Yeah.
I started writing a book and I wanted to write a book, I said, man, I want to write a book, a poetry book.
Hmm.
But then I was like, well, I got a lot of poetry already, my albums.
There you go.
So let me just put my album, my rhymes in it. Then I was like, man, the book is mad short. It's only like 20 pages when you print up some rhymes.
Hmm.
So I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna elaborate about each rhyme, and then it turned into me just elaborating every 4 bars, and then it
Wow.
gave people a narrative voice of me because you might hear me rap, but not until these interviews and podcasts and things like that.
Then
You
we
don't
see
know
you.
what,
Yeah,
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 you don't know what my
yeah.
voice is like
That's right.
talking
That's
about
right.
topics.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't know that I'm into teaching and all
That's
this other
right.
stuff. You don't know
Yeah,
what my mindset is. So I
yeah.
felt the book um, would help people get a narrative voice of how I think and
Okay.
just give you an idea, like even me, it was my first book. I said,
Yeah.
I want to do one of my albums. I picked the shortest album I did. So
Wow.
this album, I said, you know what? I'm gonna do the shortest album. If I get through this one, now I got the blueprint to do any other one. I'm not
Another
afraid
one.
to do it. Yeah, so
Wow.
kind of maybe you might have to sometimes look at it like that too. Strategize,
Yeah,
different
yeah,
things like
yeah. That's dope, man. Then you putting out that good energy too, man. And you can just keep on going. You ever get stuck on writer's block, and how do you get yourself out of that?
I don't believe in writer's block.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you had to have a song done by tomorrow for $1 million, you would have it done.
You have it done. You're right. You're right.
I
Yeah.
believe in incentive and patience.
Okay.
So if you incentivize somebody, to do the rhyme, it'll get done. Yo, I got this check for you. Rhyme done. Or patience. I sit here. So if I can't come up with something that I like, I go to the fridge. I go take a drive, go to the store, and then I might think of it and I'll be like, oh, sometimes you just got to change scenery. You change the scenery and then come up. I mean, literally, I could be here stuck. I go to the fridge. And I think what happens is I'm not so focused on that one way
Yeah.
that my mind becomes more sedated and relaxed because I broke from staring to go to the fridge, and now my mind is like just flowing.
It's flowing.
So yeah, so um, I don't believe in writer's block because from doing like the Lyricist Lounge Show, you couldn't have writer's block. We talking about a show come on every week. How are you gonna have
So
writer's block?
yeah, so this freestyle, or y'all kind of wrote those, right? Because it was
We
too
write
perfect.
we write everything. Write everything.
Yeah, it was too perfect, man.
The only thing we freestyle is the end of the show.
Oh, okay, at the end of the show. All right. I used to rhyme back then, right? And I guess I did about maybe 4 songs.
Mm-hmm.
But after those 4 songs, I may say I can say I got lazy after that because I didn't really want to go back in the studio. Was there ever a time where, okay, how many albums do you think you can make? Uh, and when it's time to stop. How many albums do you think you have in you? And you'd be like, you know what else is to talk about? You know what I mean? So do you think you'd ever get like that where you make all these albums, like say 4 or 5? What's next for you after that? Like, is it time to stop, or do you think you still have more in you for more albums?
I think you have to pick your perspective on what are you making albums for.
4. All right. Okay.
I'm not making albums to sell 1,000,000 copies. I know that's not where I'm at with it.
Okay.
Do I think I can still go platinum? I do, but I don't think it would be from me personally doing per se my album. I think it may be a record I do for TV now. I think it may be
Okay.
something like the records I do for cartoons. So I did a song on the first SpongeBob movie soundtrack. I did Dexters Laboratory. So I'm doing other avenues
Okay.
of
Avenues.
music. You know,
Okay.
if you go on Netflix right now, I'm on Peabody and
Peabody and
Sherman.
Sherman. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I feel I'm still doing music in these other avenues that will allow me to do these things and go platinum and all of that. So I think you have to change your perspective and be real with yourself. So I'm
Okay.
putting albums out and I'm making sure I'm putting out a certain amount of albums that will recoup.
Okay.
I'm not
Okay.
I'm not I'm not pressing up 20,000. I'm not pressing up maybe
Okay.
even 10,000. I'm
10,000.
pressing
Okay.
up enough
Yeah.
that people are gonna buy. And if I need to recoup and like restock, I'll restock, whatever the case may be. Whatever
Okay.
I need to do, I'm gonna do it that way. So I think you have to be realistic with yourself like that. But I got albums that are sitting there right now with other artists that are I haven't finished yet. But I got some albums produced by I got an album with me and P.A. Dre. It's incredible.
Wow. Wow.
Man,
It's just sitting in the cut. You're not putting it out yet.
we're gonna put it out. We gotta record some more songs, but
Okay. Okay.
it's I mean, if you know P.A. Dre, then I don't gotta say nothing.
Yeah.
I got another album, me and Superstition been working on one. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? So I got albums sitting there. Now, I'm not pressed to do those albums like I used to be because of one, we want to make sure the quality control is good, and we all got time to kind of wait like that because we just
Okay.
are busy as adults now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
With life.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Um, but I want to put those albums out still. And I'll be writing albums and doing music as long as I hear beats that inspire me.
That's banging. Yeah.
And that's just really it. But I won't be putting albums out just to put albums out. I
Hmm.
need to put an album out that makes sense, and then I feel like when you hear it, it's impactful
Hmm.
because I need to feel comfortable and confident performing the songs on stage.
That's right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That's that's
Because
that's
right, I don't want to get on stage with corny stuff, so I got to make sure it's stuff that I can perform on stage.
that's well said, man. I always wanted to ask someone that. When does it stop? And I know people probably can go on just like back in the day. You had the
Yeah,
Temptations. You had Nita Baker. They made albums after albums after album. But I'm saying, as a rapper, as an MC, when is it enough? When is it time to stop? Maybe
I
not.
think. I think you have to look at where you're at in life and your intentions for doing the music.
Okay.
And I think I have a clear perspective on my intentions of doing the music, where I'm at, with what I got going on, all of
Mm-hmm.
that. So for me, I'm not doing albums for the same reasons somebody else will be, probably. I'll be real with you. So if I do an album with somebody, it's to put it out and put good music out, great music out,
Yeah.
people to support it, um, do some videos, have fun doing the music, and just want to contribute. So my thing is, I rather contribute than complain.
Didn't complain. Wow.
Don't
Wow.
if you're gonna complain, contribute. Because I know a lot of people that they complain, 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 and then be like, "Yo, what's up with your album?" Yeah, I don't know, man. But
Yeah.
no music out.
No music.
So I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna complain. I wanna, if I say something about something, you can go and look and listen to my stuff.
Wow. That's well said, man. That's well said. And since you talked about Peabody and Sherman on Netflix, it's out right now. How did you get that phone call to be on Peabody and Sherman?
It started from my publishing administrator, Shelly Bay Music.
Okay.
Um, Shout out to Michelle.
Hmm.
She Prince Paul
Yeah, Prince Paul.
had Prince Paul had me on one of his albums first to rhyme on a song, which to this day I don't forget, but sometimes I do. Like, man, it's a song with me, MF Doom, and Chubb Rock
Oh
on
wow. Yeah, it's
Politics of the Business,
politics. Yeah, 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 yeah. There you go. There you
right?
go. There you go.
So I rhyme on that.
Hmm.
Then me and Paul represented by her. So I get on that with Paul. Then Paul gets the opportunity for the SpongeBob. He
Okay.
already nailed the SpongeBob thing, whether I was gonna rhyme it or not. But he was
Hmm.
like, "Yo, let's try to turn this into a song." They bite at it. Successful song. It works.
Hmm.
Paul is big, Paul, Prince Paul. If y'all don't know, Prince Paul is
Yeah, yeah.
huge.
Prince Paul, of
So,
course. Yeah.
yep. Some
Hmm.
people might not know Prince Paul. So he ended up getting another Dexters Laboratory. He was like,
Okay.
"We call words." Boom. So then now me and him got this rapport of like, we know how to do these kids records. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
then, DreamWorks called.
Hmm.
Hey, these are the guys. You need these records. These guys got a track record.
Yeah.
Boom. We wind up doing the Peabody and Sherman. So it's just having that track record. And honestly, it is a different skill of writing for a cartoon.
But why is it okay? Is it because of the animated thing? You gotta try to figure out how to put words together, or like why is it hard
You
for a
gotta,
cartoon?
you gotta, because nine, maybe, I would say maybe 9 times out of 10, you have to write the words for the cartoon to become it,
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I can see
right?
that. Mhm. I can see that.
I gotta write the song becomes the cartoon. I'm not necessarily writing the car. You know what I mean? I'm not writing to the visual.
To the visual, yeah.
I'm writing whatever what I write becomes the visual.
Hmm.
So that's a
Wow.
different voice.
Wow.
So
Wow.
some people don't understand that direction of how to do that. So that's
Hmm.
a whole nother thing. Hence probably why, if I really had to think about it, I don't know how many people have done that. If I kind of like really go into it. So it's a skill in itself to do that record. I'm not saying you're making records for the movie and like they're playing your song in the movie. I'm talking about you make the record actually becomes they actually go make the cartoon for your video. So
Yeah.
each record I've done has a video.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can go
Wow.
look at the Bubble Party. It's
And it's
specifically,
right there. Yeah.
you look up Dexter's Laboratory, Back to the Lab Again. It's made.
It's
You
me.
the Peabody and Sherman, that's made. So it's ways written that I would say, shout to Paul. Like when we combine and think about it, the way we are putting these songs together, it's almost like, luckily, thankfully, they're compelling people to say this song is so good, we got to make the video.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Wow. Wow. So that's how it came about. Peabody and Sherman.
Yeah, just the history of me and Paul. That's me and Prince Paul on
Prince
all of
Paul.
that.
Shout out to Prince Paul,
Shouts to
man.
Prince Paul.
And just before we close, when you hear rappers out here today, the new rappers, um, in your opinion, where do you think the future of hip hop lies?
Well, I do love how rap is now because you don't have to wait for somebody to sign you.
Okay.
I remember the days of me sitting in the office waiting area, and then a meeting gets canceled.
Wow.
People like having your fate in their hands. That's all it was back then.
Hmm.
Yo, I'm going to have a meeting with this. I'm gonna play the joint. You play the joint. They gotta act like they like it or they don't like it, or nah, I don't really feel it like that. Or
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
doing all that. People playing Russian roulette with your life.
Wow.
Today you don't have that. So I love the fact that you could do it. The kids can do a song. It's fire. They can mix it, put it out, let the people judge, and then keep it moving.
Yeah, it's like it's more easier now. Like they don't they're not
Way
tied.
easier.
They're not tied to anything no more.
Not tied to anybody. They become hot. It's what hot as they want to be, and then the record label comes looking for them. We used to go
Wow.
look for the record label. The
That's
record
right.
label come looking for them
For
now.
them. Yeah.
So I like it. Um, I like all it. I like it. I like some of the drill joints. I like
Hmm.
I find my joints in there that I like and everything.
Okay.
So I find something that I like about everything because the main thing with me, I'm a writer. So I gotta pay attention to everything, and I like everything on the basis of I would like to get hired to write it,
Okay. Cool.
right? So
Hmm.
if I'm a writer, my vibe on how I feel about how I go about things is if a country artist came and wanted me to do a song,
Hmm.
I can listen to it and write it. If I had to write a drill record, I could write a drill record. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? I've had to do that for a girl. One of my friends, she was like, I got this drill beat, boom, boom.
Hmm.
And I write it. You know what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with, um, you got to separate the songwriter from your own personal
Perspective
style.
or style. Okay.
Yeah. So I could write records that deal with whatever and separate this is a job of me getting hired as a songwriter versus
Hmm.
this album and music. This is actually my personal life. This
Hmm.
represents me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Wow. Well, that's dope, man. And the new album. Can you let everybody know where they can pick it up at? Where they can get it?
Yeah, the fragility of life, man. It's right up there
Yeah.
for those that
Fragility of
can.
Life. The new album.
Yeah,
Wordsworth.
yeah. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, get it everywhere, man. You can order it online. They got CDs, digital,
Yeah.
vinyl. Get the vinyl. Um, if you just collect it, hang it on your wall like I got it on the wall.
That's right.
Um, yeah, so it's everywhere. Fragility of Life. Check out Undivided Attention too if you might have missed that one. That was a quick joint me and JF did, but it's fire. Like I said, one of my favorite songs on it is called Remember.
Remember. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I did a video for a song called Sinister on that album. I'm actually gonna do another video for something on there because nowadays there's no time frame on videos
That's
with
right.
music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
It's so fast, right?
yeah, you just put stuff out. That's the other thing. Back in the days, you sign this label, your album come out, you do 2 or 3 videos, it don't pop, they cut you. Nowadays, you could do a album dropped a year ago, 2 years ago, and be like, yeah, I'm gonna do a video for that song. I like that song. I'm just gonna drop a video for it now.
Hmm.
It don't matter how long ago it was. You do a
Wow.
video for it now and upload it because you just
Yeah,
want to.
man. Wow. It's totally different. It's a whole different era, man.
I love it. I love it. I just don't have the time as much as I did when I was younger or some of the young kids. That's all they got.
Wow.
Constantly. I wish I had the time to do it, but my time I have to spread into areas where I think it's kind of more beneficial for me down the line. So like doing the books and public
Yeah.
speaking and stuff like that is kind of where I'm going at with it as I evolve.
Okay. Okay. That's dope, man. And also your social media handles for those that would like to follow you, listen to more music. Can you give them that also?
Yeah, Wordsworth BKLYN. So word at Wordsworth BKLYN, and then on Twitter Wordsworth underscore EMC.
Wow, there you have it. This is Wordsworth, MC Wordsworth. He have the book out. He have the music. He animated.
I got something else major too.
Yeah. Tell him.
Next month, you're
Hmm.
gonna I licensed the curriculum to the University of Miami.
Wow.
So it's called Organized Rhyme, and it's about me teaching you how to freestyle and songwrite. And
Hmm.
it's 4 modules. So you pay for it, non-credited course. Anybody could take the course. You pay for it, stays with you for a year. And then it's called Organized Rhyme. So the University of Miami, I got a course license to them. So
Wow.
you
Wow.
and it's me teaching you through videos. So you'll see me running
Wow.
you going through step by step. You can leave
Yeah.
freestyles on there.
Hmm.
I mean, it's super ill, man. It's called Organized Rhyme. So support
Organized
that.
rhyme.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'll be promoting more of that on my Instagram. So you
Hmm.
follow me. I'll drop commercials about it and be talking about it. As soon as it releases next month, Organized Rhyme, and it's me, man. You're gonna. It's amazing. It's amazing to see it, man.
Organized rhyme. That sounds dope, man. You're doing some things. You're doing great things out here, man. And keep on going. And you also, he's working with the kids right now,
Yep.
teaching the videography and what else with the cameras and the lights and
TV,
the
music,
music.
film. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to evolve as a artist and
that's right.
really the knowledge that I
Yeah,
have. How do
that's
I
right.
evolve? You know what I'm saying? Like,
You got to share it. You're sharing it, man.
gotta share it.
Well, I thank you so much, viewers. This is A Vision Media broadcast once again. You can watch the show at Xfinity Comcast Network. The channels I have listed on the bottom of the screen. My show comes on 6 o'clock to 6:30. This is Wordsworth, MC Wordsworth. He has a lot of hats, so I can say the man with all the hats right now. The MC with all the hats, Wordsworth. He got it going on. The album, pick it up. Fragility of Life is out now and is banging. And I thank you so much, man, for this interview, brother. I do.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Man, I want to say peace out to the viewers, peace out to Words. Thank you so much, Words. Appreciate that.
Peace.